أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على سيد أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، طبيب قلوبنا وسيد نفوسنا بالقاسم محمد. والصلاة والسلام على أهل الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: إن الحسين مصباح الهدى وسفينة النجاة. لا سواك.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
First, we allow God for the forgiveness of our sins and the sins of our mu'mineen. Allow salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Salawat for the Banyan of this Majlis, Idarah Ansarul Hussain, and all those mu'mineen that are helping in organizing this Majlis. For barakat in their lives, allow salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Third, allow salawat for the Zuhur of Imam Mahdi, Ajil al-Sharif, allow salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Every single person in this world, no matter which religion he follows, no matter if he is a believer of God or he has chosen not to believe in him, every single person we see, he tries to find a role model in his life, so that someone who is better than him, he can look towards them and try to make his life better than what it already is. We see that our youth and the young generation now, it has a trend that it tries to find those people as role models who are trending on social media. We see that many of our youth have chosen footballers, singers, and those people who influence their life on a daily basis. They have chosen them as guides to make their lives exactly like the lives of their role models. We as Muslims and believers of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, we have a certain responsibility upon our shoulders. Every parent who has children has certain responsibilities that he has to fill. Now we assume that some of the basic responsibilities of a parent are to provide clothing and to provide food. But Islam, which is a complete way of life, tells parents or teaches them that before you decide to have children, you need to make sure that you are able to provide everything for your child, both physically and also mentally. Now what we forget is that we are always busy in providing for our family and our children physical gains. Yani we are busy in making money so we can buy food for them, so we can provide better sustenance for them. But what we are forgetting is that sustenance is of two types. One is sustenance for this jism, this body that we have been given, and the other is sustenance, a rest for the soul. And this is that place where you are attending the Majlis of Ibrar Hussain, that when you leave you are provided with the sustenance for this body, known as Miyaz of Imam Hussain. But the bigger thing that we need to understand is that the gathering of the zikr of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam provides every single person sustenance for the soul. Yani, by sitting here, you are feeding your soul with the barakat of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. You know, we need to teach our children that even though you need to study hard and you need to try to earn a position in this dunya, there is no harm with that. But at the same time, it is responsibility of the parents for the coming young generations that they are told and taught about the zikr of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. And the topic which I am continuing since the first of Muharram, it is in regards to ilm. Yani ilm is that wealth that every single person needs to have. You know, we give our children the opportunities to learn everything that they need to make their lives in this dunya easy. But most of all, what a lot of people are forgetting, we are giving them the knowledge that they require to live in this dunya, but we are not providing them with that knowledge which is required to live eternally. And in this dunya, 50 years, 70 years, 100 years, rarely someone passes 120. But all of the work that you are doing for this dunya. How many of you, when you wake up in the morning, think, what have I done today to provide for my child or for my children that knowledge which they will use when they are in the grave? The Holy Prophet of Islam, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa, says that the best form of sadaqah jariyah. Everyone gives charity. Sadaqah is something that you give. Now, there are certain types of sadaqah. Charity is of many types. But sadaqah jariyah is that charity that you give in this world, and the sawab and reward of that charity continues when you are in the grave. And that sadaqah jariyah, the Holy Prophet says the best form of sadaqah jariyah is to teach your children the ilm of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salam. And even you teach your children namaz, when you teach your children how to recite tasbih, even when you pass away from this dunya, whether they organize majlis for you or not, but as long as they continue to implement on the knowledge which you have provided them, that acts as sadaqah jariyah. And this is what we need to ponder on. That we are providing everything for every child. What are we doing to make sure that the next generation is as strong as us? Now this is a very difficult time for all mu'mineen all over the world. You have seen the situation of Pakistan, and I believe that the situation of India is a lot better than Pakistan. Why? Because you have been seeing videos that the Hindus are organizing Majlis of Ibrar Hussain in Hindu temples. What link do they have with Imam Hussain? History tells us that when Imam Hussain arrived in Karbala, the first people to send letters to Imam Hussain were Hindus from India. They said, Mawla, if the Muslims are after your blood, then come to India, we will protect you from the Muslims. And as I said on the first Majlis here, that why is it that just under 50 years, the hearts and minds of Muslims changed? Because the Holy Prophet of Islam brought a revolution, and the name of that revolution was La ilaha illallah. Tawheed was the foundation of that revolution. Why was it that within 50 years, people had forgotten the basic teachings from Rasulullah? It is because people did not actually understand what Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wanted from them. They assumed the majority. You know, we get targeted, we get questioned. Now one of the youth sent me a message last night on Facebook saying that, Maulana, why is it that we get accused for killing Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam? That my friends say to me that the reason why we beat our chest is because it is a punishment from Allah Azza wa Jal. Now the simple answer, because Muharram, I believe, is not the time to debate with these people. Because 1400 years have passed, we are debating and telling them about the Azadari of Abu Abdullah. But these 10 days of Muharram should be solely for us to connect with Abu Abdullah Hussain. My basic answer is that if people believe that we are getting punished because we were the ones that killed Imam Hussain, then what amazing is this punishment, that when we beat our chest, why is it that the majority of people have a problem in us doing this punishment? Because when someone is punished, if someone kills someone in society, and when he is punished for that action, the rest of the people are happy. They are content in the sense that this person has been punished. What punishment is this? That we are beating our chest and people are saying that we are getting hurt. The reason is because when we beat our chest with the name of Ya Hussain, it is a slap on the face of all those people that followed Yazid ibn Muawiyah. If we hit our chest, but it is a slap on the face of Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Never be scared to mention the full name of Yazid. Why shall we be scared? Because his father's name was Muawiyah. His grandfather was Abu Sufyan. The Muslims need to know that some of the people that they hold dear to themselves, they were those people that hurt the family of Rasulullah Muawiyah and Abu Sufyan, we are not concerned with what people think of them. But what you should be concerned with is that whenever Muawiyah entered the presence of Rasulullah, the Holy Prophet said, "Oh Muawiyah, move away from me, because I can smell that from your lineage someone will be the killer of my grandson Hussain Ibrar." Person who was not even allowed to sit with Rasulullah. You can mention many things about them. And the reason why I keep mentioning Molana Syed, because people need to know that there is no difference between ulama. And as Ibrar Sahib was mentioning yesterday, that Banu Umayyah hired people. And the biggest person on their payroll was Abu Hurairah. We have nothing against him personally, but many of the hadiths that he has narrated and linked them with Rasulullah are those hadiths that are now damaging the face of Islam. Islam is a logical religion. Everything in the Quran is based upon logic. Quran is only that book on this earth. All of you that are students, when you go into a library and you are studying a certain topic, when you enter the library, the librarian that is there, you say to them that today I am studying physics and I want to know where is the department or where do you keep all the topics of physics. Or for example, if you are studying how to make cakes, for example, many cakes that we have, and I'm sure that many of our youth love cakes. You know, my personal favorite is Jamroli Poli. You know, everyone has their own preference. But a person who is wanting to make a cake, when he enters the library, he will ask them, where is the department or the books that you have in making cakes? Yani a library holds together every single topic that a student requires, but it is only the book of Allah Azza wa Jal, the Quran, that 1400 years have passed from the time of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa until the time of Rasul Qayamat. Every single topic which has passed and every single topic which is going to come is mentioned in the Quran. Every single topic is mentioned in the Quran. You know, the reason why I use examples is because I want the children to understand. Sometimes children think that when we come to the Majlis of Ibrar Hussain or any Majlis, it is strict. Islam is not as strict as what we have made Islam to be. Islam, as I said, is a logical religion. It is based upon love. The Prophet of Islam, you know, wouldn't always scare people. You know, nowadays if someone by mistake goes to a Jummah prayer, the only thing you will hear from the Molana is, you are Jannati, you will go to hell, you will burn, your boat will break, this will happen, that will happen. But the Holy Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, whenever he would open his mouth, people would flock towards him. People would move towards him. And in the time of the Holy Prophet, he was accused. People said he is a magician. He is doing black magic on you. That when he opens his mouth, you are enchanted by his spell and you listen to whatever he says. Once the Holy Prophet of Islam was on the outskirts of Makkah, and there was a woman, and she was in a hurry, grabbing all her bags and trying to run away from Makkah. The Holy Prophet saw her, came up to this woman and he said, "Where is that you are going?" She said, "Have you not heard There is a magician that has come to Makkah, and when he opens his mouth, people start to believe in what he is saying. For so many years, centuries and generations, we have believed in many gods. And he is saying, La ilaha illallah. Where should I put thousands and thousands of my gods? How can I just believe in one God? And my advice to you, my son, is that quickly, I am leaving, you also leave Makkah as well. The Holy Prophet did not tell her who he was. But he said that we will come to that when we have helped you. So the Holy Prophet of Islam helped this woman, packed her bags, got a horse for her camel, and as she got onto the horse and camel, when she was leaving, she said, "Oh son, I want to know that you have helped me so much, you have comforted me. I want to know what is your name, so that if ever I return to Makkah, I can come and thank you personally." The Holy Prophet looked at her and smiled, and he said that the name of that person who you are running away from Makkah, I am that Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Without salat, please. I am that Muhammad for whom you are running away from. She quickly fell. The Rawayah says she threw herself off the camel and horse. She fell in the feet of Rasulullah and said that what I have heard about you was totally wrong. Your zuban, your tongue, the way you speak, tells me that there is only one Allah. You know, always bring many points, but I don't get around to it, but inshallah we will try in the next coming days to, inshallah, further explore what is ilm. Just one hadith before I move on to Messiah. Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu in regards to knowledge, Molana says that those people that want to find knowledge, come to the door of knowledge, obtain knowledge, all these people are divided into three categories. Now we need to understand which category do we belong to. Allah says that there are three types of people for whom all of them are trying to acquire ilm. The first, Allah says, a scholar who by learning ilm, by learning knowledge, he will devote his life to the service of Allah. Any scholar. Now here Allah is also guiding us. That scholar who learns knowledge and then does not use that knowledge to serve Allah, he is not an alim. The condition of an alim is that the knowledge that he has been given is to serve Allah, to serve His creation. The second is a learner, most of us, who wants to learn for the pleasure of Allah to rescue himself and the people around him. Now most of us come in this category. Our niyyat, as I said on the first of Muharram, our niyyat should be solely for the pleasure of Allah. You attend Majlis, qurbatan min Allah. You learn knowledge, qurbatan min Allah. And the third, Amir al-Mu'mineen is saying the third type of person is a hooligan. The love says a hooligan. That person who wants to learn knowledge so that he can move people away from Allah. You know, sometimes too much knowledge can destroy a person. And we always give the example of Shaitan. Shaitan had too much knowledge, but only because of one action Allah says, I did not need all of your knowledge, but if you have knowledge, it gives you obedience. And obedience is that whatever Allah says, without questioning Him, you do it. That is obedience to Allah. And we attend the Majlis of Ibrar Hussain with the intention that we come obedient to Allah. The way of every single Hussaini, the way of every single Azadar should be to follow the teachings of Muhammad and Ali. You know Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi says that if a person wants to be the friend of Allah, friend of who? Allah. And he wants Allah to say that He is also my friend, then he needs to follow that path that Allah has chosen for him. See how you know, 4 days I have been reciting this hadith in front of you. And sometimes people think that Molana has forgotten which hadith he has recited. But look, this is the knowledge of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. 4 days have passed, and I still think that I am not ready to tell you the meaning of Inna al-Hussain Misbahul Khuda. Verily, Hussain is the beacon of guidance, and guidance is done through ilm. And inshallah, we will continue on this topic, and in the next coming days, we will try to understand how through ilm and Muhammad and Ali Muhammad we can change our lives. But the reason why we attend the Majlis of Ibrar Hussain is to remember the tragedies that fell upon the family of Hussain. Azadar, these days are passing very quickly. Today is the 4th of Muharram, and soon the eve of Ashura will be upon us. Every single person who left with Imam Hussain on the 28th of Rajab, all left with the intention to help Imam Hussain. But as a last day, I want to mention the Masai of those 2 princes in Karbala who are known as Aun and Muhammad. When Sayyida Zainab found out that her father has passed away, she cried. But at the same time, she knew that she had the support of her brothers and her sisters who were saying to her, do not worry, we have brothers like Hassan and Hussain and Abbas. But when that time came that Bibi Zainab found out that Hussain is being forced to leave Medina, Hussein's sister Sayyida Zainab began to cry. Ladies asked her, "Oh Zainab, why is it that you are crying?" She says that I cannot live without my brother Hussain. Imam Hussain says, "Oh Zainab, if you get permission from your husband, then you can leave with us." The last Sayyida Zainab left her house of her brother and she went to the house of her husband. And as soon as she entered, she sat on the floor and she began to cry. She says that my brother Hussain is leaving Medina, and my heart is also going with my brother Hussain. Oh Abdullah, I want to leave with my brother Hussain. Abdullah also begins to cry. He comes and he sits down next to Sayyida Zainab and he says, "Oh Zainab, when your rishta was given to me, your father took me aside and he said, oh Abdullah, Zainab will never ask for anything from you, but the time will come Ilahi, for the sake of the zikr of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, bless us with the shafa'at of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. Ya Ilahi, for the sake of the zikr of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, Idarah Ansarul Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam is trying to acquire an Imam Barbar, a house for Imam Hussain. Ya Ilahi, make this year barakat for them so that next Muharram they are in their own Imam Barbar for the sake of Allah. Ya Ilahi, ask in the appearance of our 12th Imam, Imam Mahdi, Ajjalallahu Rajul Sharif, for the acceptance of your du'as and for the barakat of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad to enter your life 3 times with the loudest of your voices, the loud salawat.